Coming up next, the district attorney's office says California's resentencing laws are making the community unsafe.
Working for you, a Padres fan who broke his back in an accident reached out to CBS 8 after he struck out with the team.
Last call for bidding. The county's property auction closes soon.
And my grandma Ethel lived alone and with our family for her entire life. How Elder Help is assisting San Diego County seniors do the same.
Plus, is the government really raising the full retirement age for Social Security? We verify. CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts now.
The San Diego County District Attorney's Office is speaking out about new resentencing laws in California, saying tonight the release of prisoners is making the community unsafe. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
And I'm Jesse Pagan in for Carlo Cicchetto. As CBS 8's David Gofferton explains, the DA says as many as 1,000 cases may have to go back to court.
It has added quite a burden to our workload.
Chief Deputy District Attorney Rachel Soloff is in charge of a team of 8 prosecutors who argue in court at resentencing hearings, made possible by a series of new laws in California aimed at reducing prison sentences. In general, the laws allow judges to consider lesser offenses or resentence certain people convicted of murder or manslaughter.
Probably all total, we're talking about several hundred, if not 1,000 or more cases that we're having to go back into court, and we're having to contact the victims.
Count 3.
One of those cases, former La Jolla restaurant owner Daniel Dorado, sentenced to 40 years in prison in 2020 after sexually assaulting 4 women. In October, an appeals court ruled Dorado has to be resentenced under the new California laws.
We're talking about cases where victims suffered lifelong impacts, lifelong losses, and so they're having to relive that experience again when these cases come back into court.
In another case, Ramon Del Rio, convicted of a double murder in 1978, had to be released from custody after an appeals court ordered his resentencing and the trial transcripts could not be located.
They're just released. There's no time for that reentry planning, for that supervision in the community to make sure that they're doing okay once released. So in many cases, it does make the community less safe.
The purpose of resentencing laws was to make the court system more fair, according to veteran defense attorney Jan Ronis.
It's very difficult for the public sometimes to comprehend the complexity of these laws, but in general, their intent is to make punishment more closely fit the crime.
Ronis points out a sentencing reduction does not necessarily mean a person will be released right away, like in the case of the former La Jolla restaurant owner who was convicted just 3 years ago.
My feeling is, and my experience has been, in general, these laws are good because there has been a thought that there are too many people in California in too many prisons for too long, and that something has to be done about it.
That former La Jolla restaurant owner Daniel Dorado has a resentencing hearing coming up now on April 25th. At the downtown courthouse, David Gofferton, CBS 8.
Thank you, David. San Diego County is moving forward with developing an app in hopes of helping people experiencing homelessness find shelter beds. The Board of Supervisors today voted on the proposal from District Attorney Summer Steffen. Anyone who comes into contact with a person experiencing homelessness can get them connected to resources. The DA's office says the app would take a person's needs into consideration, such as if they have children or pets, if they might be disabled or elderly. It will take about 6 months to develop the app.
Tonight, another winter storm is here. Right now, we're seeing rain, and it's going to get even heavier overnight.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis here early with our current conditions and a first microclimate forecast. Carlene?
It's wet out there.
It sure is.
Yeah, well, here's
a little
the thing.
slick, too.
A little slick, so anyone who's about to be out on the roads, please give yourself some extra time, and then flooding might potentially be an issue by tomorrow, because we are talking about a lot more rainfall in the forecast once we get past about midnight tonight all the way through tomorrow morning, so heavier stuff expected. This is the last 3 hours, so we've been seeing some rounds of rain in the forecast. Most of that moisture has fallen over North County, and as you can see right there offshore, that is heading in our direction. So you're looking at rain right now across Fallbrook, also seeing that near Chula Vista, Escondido as well. So that's going to be in the forecast as we go into tonight, the wet weather. So we take a look at that batch that does look to move on shore. So we're seeing that around 9 p.m., some rain moving in, and then we get heavier stuff as we go overnight. You are looking at a lot of heavy rainfall expected while we're sleeping. You're looking at about 2:40 in the morning, but it still continues all the way through the morning hours. So your morning drive is going to be a slick one. And then on top of that, the potential will be there, especially when it comes to ponding on the roadways because of heavy rain expected overnight. We continue to hold on to those chances even into the afternoon hours, but you're noticing it's not as intense by the afternoon hours. So we'll go ahead and break that down just a little bit more coming up. Jesse, Marcella.
All right, Carlene, thank you. Meantime, the storm could cause problems to the north. As Carlene just mentioned, the National Weather Service is calling it a direct threat to life and property there.
Our political reporter Morgan Reiner is finding out what several state emergency agencies are doing up and down the state to try and keep people safe.
Cal OES is hard at work around the clock, coordinating with law enforcement and other first responders across the state. A spokesperson told me it's like a constant chess match, trying to figure out the best place to move and station crews right now.
The continuous rain and snowmelt is having a major impact on communities up and down the state.
We have 40 of our 58 counties that are under a state of emergency right now, so it's really all hands on deck across the entire state.
Across California, there are 16 different rivers above flood stage.
We have 27,000 people that are under evacuation orders right now. That number is changing all the time and very well could go up throughout the day as we see this next brunt of the system come through.
Swollen creeks and rivers leaving levees at the breaking point.
We've seen some of the levees that have broken across the state, and Monterey County is certainly the biggest example of that right now. We're seeing rains at a level that we haven't seen in 30, 40, 50 years.
Cal OES is at the center of it all at the State Operations Center, coordinating the National Guard, CHP, Caltrans, and Cal Fire.
We're looking at about 28 total incidents that Cal Fire Resources are committed to right now, with about 41 active missions that we're supporting.
Each agency ready to respond at a moment's notice.
With a wildfire, we try and stop the wildfire as soon as we can. With this, we know we can't stop this storm. It is coming in with its full force. We're trying to anticipate where the greatest need's going to be. We are pre-positioning resources in those areas, whether it's a high water vehicle with the California National Guard, some of their heavy helos that we can use for rescue efforts.
This is the 11th atmospheric river to hit the state in the last few months. There's actually a bill that just passed through a committee today that would put state funding towards studying atmospheric rivers to optimize water management, increase storage, and reduce flood risk.
Thanks, Morgan. President Biden is introducing an executive order aimed at reducing gun violence. After leaving San Diego this afternoon, he visited Monterey Park, where a gunman killed 11 people at a Lunar New Year festival in January. The order aims to increase the number of background checks needed before someone can buy a gun and cracking down on sellers who don't perform background checks when required. It also directs federal agencies to utilize red flag laws to take away guns from people who are flagged as dangerous.
And I'm determined, once again, to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
Through the order, the president also wants the Federal Trade Commission to put together a report looking at how gun manufacturers market firearms, including to minors.
There's a lot of excitement surrounding the Padres season, but one fan who lives with an injury thought he was going to miss out on all the fun. So he reached out to CBS 8 for help, and we teamed up with the Padres to hit it out of the park. Steve Price has a story in this Working For You report.
A Padres fan who broke his back several years ago in an accident reached out to the team with what he thought was a simple request, but he struck out, so he contacted CBS 8 for help.
Bruce Defoe has had multiple back surgeries, and he still can't sit in a regular chair for more than just a few minutes.
It's a complicated issue. I basically broke the pieces off the lower part of my spinal cord that holds your spinal cord like this so that they were sliding.
As you can tell from his shirt, Bruce loves the Padres and going to games.
That's kind of one of our favorite spots.
But when Bruce called the team asking if he could pay for a wheelchair spot and put his zero-gravity chair there,
he mentioned that security might be able to answer it, but they weren't there.
He got the runaround multiple times, so he called us.
Channel 8, you guys were right on responding to the calls, and I appreciate that.
Working for you, we reached out to our contacts with the Padres, who immediately agreed to look into Bruce's situation. Understandably, they had questions about his chair, but after verifying everything, they hit it out of the park, sending us a statement saying, while fans are not allowed to bring lawn or other rigid frame chairs into Petco Park, we make exceptions for ADA accommodations. Our staff contacted the individual and are happy to work with him directly to accommodate his chair based on ticket availability for the requested game.
They made the arrangements really easy to go in and out of the game. I can't imagine a better outcome, actually.
Bruce already has tickets for a game in April and is looking forward to seeing more games throughout the summer.
Channel 8 and Padres was very, very good. Very good. I wish more organizations ran like that.
Working for you.
Go Padres, always.
Steve Price, CBS 8.
Here at CBS 8, we want to help solve problems affecting you or your community. If there's something you'd like us to look into, email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com.
It was called Heaven's Gate, a cult that believed they could ride a spaceship to a higher level of existence. But to get there, the 39 people living in a Rancho Santa Fe mansion agreed they would all die together by suicide.
Join us for a CBS 8 News special. It will feature original coverage of the case, including what detectives found inside the home. We'll also have interviews from members explaining why they were taking part and why some think the internet contributed to so many deaths. You can watch it for free all this week on our CBS 8 Plus app on Roku and Fire TV. Still ahead, how you can speak out about a proposed SDG&E rate hike.
Plus, you are running out of time if you want in on the county's property auction. We'll tell you what's still up for grabs and when the bidding will close.
Prices are going up, but not as much as before. I'm Michael George, and I'll tell you what that means for the economy and interest rates.